Deep state is under siege because the Russia hoax is completely unraveling. There is so much news, not just about General Michael Flynn and his exoneration, but the whole deep state media narrative is collapsing, and they're panicked. They know it. It's all falling apart. They set this guy up with a perjury trap. They wanted to take President Trump down. They thought that was the way to do it. It's kind of shocking um, at the way this thing. And incidentally, the key to it apparently is this Richard Grenell, who is now, in a position of national intelligence, and he's opening the floodgates. He is opening the floodgates in a way that, many people had hoped would happen, and it's happening. It's happening in a major way. So that's going on. We've got all kinds of new data that is starting to overwhelm the senses. I'm going to break it down for you. I mean, and let me just touch on all these breaking stories that this is a day that, you're not going to want to miss because so much happened yesterday leading up to the end of the day. I thought, man, oh man, what a day it is to have a talk show. What a day to cover this breaking news and what to make of it all. What a day to be here together with some hope and optimism. I'm feeling I've got some strong feelings of cautious optimism. Reading the numbers in Sweden of their death rate compared not only to ours, but to other countries like the UK and Italy that were hit so much harder even than Sweden, and Sweden never locked down. Their death rate is lower than Italy, than the UK. And of course, Italy and the UK did a massive lockdown like we did. I saw a headline in the New York Post yesterday. Oh, Sweden's death rate is higher than ours, and they didn't lock down, and we did. And then you get into the body of the article. It's like we have 227 people per 1 million. That's like our death rate. Their death rate is like 267 per million. I mean, it's too many, and I'm not saying this thing is not a menace or a monster or a scourge, as Trump likes to call it, but relatively speaking, they don't have a death rate dramatically higher than ours. They didn't lock down, and we did. Now, I get that we're not Sweden, but you're not talking about, in the middle of nowhere with a city like Stockholm. That's a major metropolitan community. This is not an insignificant, just total rural wasteland. You're not talking about the North Pole. And their death rate is not much higher per million people than ours. And theirs is lower than the UK. Theirs is lower than Italy. And those countries did lock down while Sweden did not. They kept the restaurants open. They kept much of their economy open. My gosh. Dennis Prager, my colleague and friend here at Salem, was branded as some kind of wild-eyed heretic crazy when he has been saying from almost day one, this massive lockdown is one of the biggest mistakes our country has ever made. And people are starting to say, we think Dennis may have been right all along. Now, I don't know the answer. I've told you over and over again, I'm no scientist. I absorb data like you do. I listen to the experts. I listen to Dr. Birx, who has admitted that if somebody dies in the hospital and they are positive for COVID-19, they cite COVID-19 as the cause of death. I'm not misinterpreting that, right? That's what she has said. And that should get your attention. Because as we look at 70 whatever deaths we are, and what's the number today, Derek? Because I want to get an updated number of the death count in the United States. Over 76,000 deaths. It's terrible. Nobody, and again, whatever death it is, as President Trump has said, is one too many. But we're starting to find out more about the data, more about the shutdown, And we're going to have to see, where we all go with this. But I am feeling absolutely positive and optimistic. Am I wrong? Here's a story. I'm in the Tampa Bay area. Tampa Bay Times, incidentally, very liberal paper. Coronavirus in Florida. Here's the latest: 6 Pinellas County deaths. And in Pinellas County, 6 people have died in the recent death count in Pinellas County, Florida. 5 of them were in nursing homes. In fact, 2/3 of the 57 COVID-19 attributed deaths in Pinellas County, Florida, 2/3 of them have been fatalities in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. 2/3. What's the percentage, Derek? Make sure I get the right number here again. I'm all about making sure you have facts and you have the right statistic. There is a huge percentage of deaths in New York, the epicenter of coronavirus in America. A huge percentage of deaths that happened in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. That's why this scandal with Governor Cuomo is so profound. He made the nursing homes take sick COVID-19 patients. It's like lighting a match in a bunch of under a bunch of newspapers. This is the kind of stuff that we're learning as Americans. We can never go back. The unemployment numbers were just released. They are brutal. It is terrifying. The unemployment rate has reached 14.7% in America. We lost a record 20.5 million jobs in April. This is absolutely, I guess not a shock, but it bears repeating, the worst economic crisis America has ever experienced since the Great Depression. We are in sort of Great Depression territory. I don't know about you, but I think it's time to turn the spigot off. Or turn the spigot on, I guess is the more appropriate analogy. We got a lot to do today. It's Friday. Big, huge breaking news day. Wouldn't miss being here for the world. I'm glad you're with us as well. 1-800-655-MIKE. I'd love your voice on this. Join us. 800-655-6453. Press 1 to come on air with us, 2 to leave a voicemail message. You can always text us your comments to the MyPillow text line, which is 800-655-MIKE. And of course, I'm so ecstatic at the way you stepped up to sponsor these kids who are the children of American prisoners through no fault of their own. Portions of our show are sponsored by Prison Fellowship and Angel Tree. And boy, oh boy, do we have a great day. Let's have an even better one on this Friday. I'll give you those details and the way you can reach out with love and inspiration and hope. That's what we got to be, about hope as we hit another Friday. The first full week in May. What do you make of what you're getting? Let's talk deep state. Let's talk General Flynn. Let's talk Sweden. Let's talk these numbers, the data, Pinellas County, Florida, the overwhelming percentage of deaths that are the poor souls in nursing homes who are so vulnerable. Got a lot to digest today on this breaking news edition of the Mike Gallagher Show. Again, our number, 1-800-655-MIKE. Hope you join us.